Oh, watch out, Los Santos. Weasel News is back with another episode of the Rash Rapport with Travis Rashguard. That's right, he's locked, stocked, and 2 smoking barrels worth of full frontal news. This evening, kick back, relax, and spend an evening with Weasel News. After a quick commercial break. And now, get ready for another episode of the Rash Rapport with Travis Rashguard.
Good evening, Los Santos. Election season is in full swing with polls set to open early this Friday. Candidates include interim mayor Morgan Luna Nicholson, local everyman Seth Araman, and finally, everyone's friendly neighborhood entrepreneur Eugene Anwar. Who are these people? How the hell should we know? We just moved here. Despite that, the team here at Weasel News has been on a 24/7 news gathering marathon. Since we landed in Los Santos after having to evacuate our old building because someone forgot their cheesy pita in the toaster oven and torched the last office, Brandon, we have compiled, categorized, signed, stamped, and sealed the facts and opinions of both the candidates and you fellow citizens into a brief overview of each candidate's particular platform. But first, we're going to take a trip over to the War Room to meet Editor-in-Chief Chelsea Lafayette and Head of Weasel Security Pepe LaBeouf, both with an important message from Weasel News.
This is Chelsea Lafayette with Weasel News. I am here with our Head of Security, Pepe LaBeouf. Pepe, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do here at Weasel?
Right, how's it going, Chelsea? I'm Head of Security down here at Weasel News. And I'm keeping everyone fucking safe. I got my strap, I got my blippy blap, and I'm ready to shoot crap. And that's you, not you, Chelsea, the people watching at home.
Of course. Why does a news company need so much security?
Well, you see, Chelsea, this ain't like Liberty City where we come from. This city's even more dangerous. There's even more folk out there that want to kill you, and they want to do even worse to you too, Chelsea.
That sounds worrisome. It sounds like a lot of work for one man. How are you pulling it off?
Oh, I'm struggling at the moment. That's why we're making a big hire. We're looking for people around the city. We've got a few new recruits I've hired, but we're looking for more. I've also been down in the basement training an army of weasels to attack humans on sight.
An army of weasel? Actually, how do we call a group of weasel, Pepe?
Confusion.
Sounds confusing.
Oh, very.
What does it entail? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's gonna be balls to the wall. It's gonna be a white knuckle ride. You're gonna be putting your life on the line every day. You're gonna be dealing with murderous criminals, corrupt police trying to murder you, everything. And you gotta hold your sanity together. You up for the task? I know I am.
Are there any advantages people can look up to if they sign up?
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a constant lovely weasel paycheck. There'll be weasel into your account every day. You're gonna have a lovely team of weasels to work with, humans as well. All the people down here at Weasel are very friendly and inviting. We're a lovely skilled team of people and we're looking for new recruits.
Well, that sounds like a good deal. Good money too. So anything else you'd like to see to people who might be interested?
Yeah, come on down, ask for a tour. We'll show you the studio. We'll show you the chambers beneath where I'm training up all the Weasel army to kill people. They're up to nunchucks now. They know how to use nunchucks. They're very proficient. I'm going to get them on samurai swords next.
Ooh, sounds exotic. Well, you heard it here, folks. If you're interested in working security, come down to Weasel News, look up for Pepe, and join the confusion. This is Chelsea Lafayette for Weasel News. Back to you, Travis.
Thanks, Chelsea. Always a pleasure. If you or a friend is interested in training an elite army of Weasel assassins, please contact Pepe LaBeouf, head of Weasel Security. Next up, an exclusive interview with Eugene Anwar for tonight's episode of Kings and Queens of Los Santos.
That's not right. I have some issues here.
Welcome to Kings and Queens of Los Santos. Maybe we could do the whole episode like this. Okay.
That's not good.
Come on, you're manspreading. Assert your dominance. We'll call it the Sigma manspread.
He can try.
There we go. I don't like this. This is fucking wrong.
Just do whatever you want.
Don't fucking tell me what to do on my own fucking show, okay?
Yeah, shut the up, you
Go yourself. Stick your sword up your bro. I'm not starting the interview till she's out of here, bro. This You gotta sort this out, Travis.
I gotta sort this out? Is this a me problem all of a sudden? All right, let's all calm down, okay? Pepe's gonna read the script, and then we're gonna go into the goddamn interview, okay?
My
Pepe,
chin's getting twitchy, okay?
Pepe, read the script.
Let's go. Okay. Morgan Luna Nicholson claims she wants to light the way to your future, but there's a darkness in her past that she doesn't want you to know about. Cast your vote for Eugene, a mayor who won't light you on fire. I'm Kurt Loder and I approve this message, paid for by the citizens of freedom.
This is Brock Big Sexy Babcock, the Senior Managing Entertainment General Marketing Anchor, the King of Chin, and the Titan of Testosterone. And we're here today with another episode of Kings and Queens of Los Santos, where I have beside me a sexy ninja by the name of Eugene and some sort of cretinous blob behind him.
Call her that again and I'm shooting you right here.
What?
Like I said, you call her anything like that again and I'm shooting you right in front of all these people.
This interview's over.
Cast your vote for Seth on the 22nd, a mayor who won't light you on fire. I'm Kurt Loder and I approve this message, paid for by the citizens of freedom.
This is Brock Big Sexy Babcock, the Senior Managing Entertainment General Marketing Anchor, or Smegma to you, Los Santos, here with another episode of Kings and Queens of Los Santos, where I've got two very special, very sexy guests here who want to talk all about the upcoming elections. Sir, could you introduce yourself, who's quite tenderly placed upon my member?
My name is Seth Armon.
Seth Arman, okay, brilliant. And who's this gentleman beside me in the hard hat?
It's Ron Oney. Oney, O-N-E-Y.
O-N-E-Y, that's hot. That's a hot name. And so my understanding is you're running for mayor in the city to be a sexy hot mayor, to replace the very sexy and hot last mayor, Fate, after the whole scandal that developed there, which will be covered in Kings and Queens of Los Santos at a future date. But tell me, you are going for mayor? You're fucking balls deep into this election now, yeah?
Hells yeah, and I'm feeling great about it, if I do say so.
Excellent, excellent. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what it is you want to bring to Los Santos and make it hot, make it sexy. I want my ass to be extra moist here.
I don't think I can make it extra moist, but what y'all pulled with the town hall last night is basically what I want to see City Hall doing every day. Just having people come down, talk with the people who can make things happen. More people come down, you have more thoughts, more ideas, and from there, we can direct citizens to whatever path they want to do.
Okay. On a more serious note, based on the mayoral elections,
is this where we talk about not committing genocide?
Actually, I was going to avoid that question, but why don't you tell everybody, why don't you look at the camera? Don't actually move. We'll get a zoom in done there. Why don't you look into the camera and say you will not commit genocide in Los Santos?
Well, it won't just be me not committing genocide in Los Santos, but my running mate, Ron. We promise to not commit genocide and hold all other people running for mayor to that standard. No genocide. We can't be committing genocide, guys.
Like, not even like when you get up in the middle of the night for a glass of water and, your balls are hanging out and you're going, I could probably do a little bit of genocide right now. Not even right then.
No, not even thinking about genocide.
Can I ask, has any other candidate in the city come out and said they will not commit genocide besides you two?
To my knowledge, I don't think anyone responded at the town hall when I mentioned it. Ron, do you remember them saying anything?
Absolutely not. No one said anything.
Well, see, a few people questioned, what about a little genocide? Or genocide sounds fun. I feel like I heard a couple people think that genocide was a great idea.
I think that
No, we will not commit genocide.
So is it possible to assume that the other candidates, probably all the other candidates in this election, are probably, possibly, allegedly in favor of genocide?
No, but they haven't made an official statement yet, so I don't want to speak for them.
Yeah, but I can speak for them. It's my show, and I'm saying that if they haven't made an official statement against genocide, it's very likely that they're pro-genocide. It's likely, not entirely true, but likely, allegedly, And finally, the last question of the night, not about genocide, and actually quite a serious question about your mayoral candidacy. And this one goes to both of you guys. Have you ever considered porn?
Hey, it's me, Giblets the Clown, with sports and weather for Weasel News. We're headed down to see the boys. We heard there's a storm brewing, and Travis and Pepe are gonna see what it's all about down there. Looks like Travis on the camera. We got Pepe in the bush.
Call it the purge. There's
better be
pheromones
something
in
in
the
the
air. What do I think's going to happen? I think it's going to kick off, Travis. I think everybody's going to pull out their weapons and they're going to go fucking mental and start storming each other.
Looks like something's going down in that.
There we go. Now's the time. You can hear people crashing, smashing and bashing. I can hear
gunshots
popping off now. People looking. They're killing.
Oh, there's a lightsaber. No, we're the news. We declare we need amnesty. Amnesty.
No Voldemort. We're reporting the news, Voldemort. Chill.
There's no rules, Pepe.
I know.
The game is...
Voldemort's a man of dignity, don't worry.
I can tell.
I think we might even survive this,
It's actually pretty tame
all the way
here.
through. No,
I think it's
You guys have to take care of my.
We're being
of my
protected.
body.
Hey, almost a minute this time. That's really not that bad. If you would like to be featured on the Sports and Weather with Giblets, get in touch with me, Giblets, for Sports and Weather. Back to you, Travis.
Okay, thank you, Giblets. Great job, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Travis. I just wanted to say thanks.
Next up on the stack of stuff, we find our way to Luchetti's this week to speak with a man who claims the police may be misusing their time by harassing loitering citizens. Is this heinous police misconduct or just completely over-sensationalized propaganda delivered in a package that only vaguely represents journalism? Los Santos, you be the judge.
You mean action, Travis?
Action, Brock.
This is Brock Big Sexy Babcock, the Senior Managing Entertainment General Marketing Anchor of Weasel News. Smegma to you, Los Santos. And I'm standing here with, sir, could you introduce yourself?
Kaz Blake.
Kaz Black, no problem. Listen, Mr. Black, tell me, you approached us just there and said you had a very interesting story about the police of this decrepit city. What happened?
Yeah, well, I just thought that maybe the police would have better things to do than use five officers to come down and warn a civilian about doing absolutely nothing wrong.
So the police, they took 5 officers down to give one guy a warning about doing something wrong.
That's exactly right, and they told me they were busy too.
Now, allegedly, the same day, okay? Allegedly from unknown sources, we heard that multiple police had sex with the corpse of a giraffe. Do you think that's what they were doing instead of looking after your crime?
On topic, Brock. On topic, okay? Let's stay on topic.
Sorry, okay, let's...
That is very likely, and most likely they were smoking dope while doing it too.
Well, okay, different line of question. Okay, so...
No, continue.
Okay, so as they were probably sweaty and, pounding down on this corpse of a giraffe, smoking pot, do you feel that, they should not have been doing that, and they should have been out fighting crime like an actual officer?
Well, most definitely, man. Why the hell they using 5 officers to be hitting a giraffe back shots while they could be saving people in the city getting taken hostages?
That is absolutely terrifying because the 7 officers, imagine the amount of criminals they could be catching, because you got criminals out there. Like, who do you think is worse, okay? Do you think a criminal robbing a bank to feed his starving children, or a cop who's completely wasting taxpayers' money, spending all this time butt fucking, animal carcasses? Where do you think the line draws? Like, who's worse?
Well, I would definitely say the officers are worse because the criminals they're just out there doing their thing, but the officers is obviously not doing their thing. They be fucking corpses.
There you go. You just heard it from Mr. Black's mouth, Los Santos. If you could say anything to the officers out there that are sodomizing, all kinds of animals, doing their own form of taxidermy, so to speak, what would you say to them, Mr. Black?
Well, leave the animals be in peace, rest in peace, and let them fucking do their job. How about that?
I totally agree. This is Brock, Big Sexy Babcock signing off. Back to you, Travis, you sexy son of a bitch.
Thanks, Brock.
Ow!
Okay. Oh, what the hell's going on over here?
He's trying to fucking shank me.
What? Who is?
Hey,
Come here, pussy bitch.
hey, they stole your van.
Oh, the jackal.
The jackal stole our van.
He's a loose cannon, that one.
Wherever you are, oh mysterious jackal, well played, sir. But please, return our beloved van safely and as soon as possible. All 6 of us have been living out of that thing for a month and it's starting to get pretty cold at night. On to our final story of the evening. The election season is upon us, and citizens this week were able to meet with candidates at a town hall meeting hosted here at Weasel News, where we were once again presented with, quite frankly, the usual suspects. The full unedited footage will be made available in the description of this news broadcast, but for the sake of simplicity, I'd like to distill everything down into a simple list of potential pros and cons for each candidate. Forgive me if you believe that I'm editorializing, but what's the news without a little bias? Exhibit A, Morgan Luna Nicholson. Morgan represents the obvious choice, especially if you're the kind of person that enjoys a fine wine paired with a late-night documentary on the positive ethics of bureaucracy. Aside from appearing to be the most prepared candidate, she's motivated, appears to have a strong sense of justice, is currently already serving as interim mayor, and has a significantly greater rapport with the LSPD than the other candidates. On the other hand, some people say she comes off a bit biased towards the government, specifically the aforementioned LSPD. Whether or not that's a good thing remains to be discovered. Being the obvious choice, though, can have its drawbacks. It's easy to fall into a business-as-usual mindset, and if Los Santos is looking to shake things up this season, they might want to explore other candidates. I present to you Exhibit B, Eugene Anwar. Eugene comes across as your typical anti-hero type with a taste for the dark side. He's strong-willed, brutally honest, and quite frankly, seems like the kind of person that might actually surprise you and step up if given the opportunity. He's a man of action, intrigue, and as of just recently, not a felon. But in the court of public opinion, what does an expungement really mean? Could mean just about nothing, especially if your reputation is that of, the single scariest dude that I have ever met. Yes, he has a clean record, but what does that really mean? Has Eugene atoned for his past crimes? That's not for me to decide. I am but a humble newsman. Finally, on to Exhibit C, Seth Ahriman, the only candidate who's not either suing us or has threatened to kill us. Seth represents the everyman, perhaps the very foundation of what this country was built upon. Some say he's a bit green, but let me ask you, Los Santos, who's more motivated than someone who just moved here? Seth has a bright future in Los Santos, and I think a lot of people would agree that, for lack of a better phrase, fresh meat lasts the longest. Aside from the obvious sustainability metric, Seth comes across to many as the most approachable candidate. He's got a positive, albeit naive attitude towards the government, and some would call that certified fresh. However, it could be argued that Seth is a bit too inexperienced and ultimately unprepared for the monumental task that is leading a town like Los Santos. His support network is small, and to make things even more challenging, he doesn't communicate wirelessly, which is difficult, to say the least. Anyways, Los Santos, each of these candidates, I believe, brings something truly unique to the table, and it just comes down to what you want to see. The most important thing is that we all get out there and vote. The election cycle starts this Thursday evening at 8 p.m. at the Vinewood Bowl, where we will be hosting the official mayoral debate. Voting will open Friday morning the 22nd and close Sunday evening the 24th. I'm Travis Rashgard, and this has been another episode of Weasel News.
That's Joel.
Joel?
With an L.
Ah,
nice to meet you. Joel Coleslaw.
What's going on, Mr. Coleslaw?
Not much. How you doing, officer? Joel Coleslaw, Citizens Auxiliary Police. Did you call for 1070 backup?
Who's we?
Citizens Auxiliary Police. Joel Coleslaw, nice to meet you. I thought we went over this.
You will be arrested and charged with impersonating a...
That's not it. Joel Coleslaw, Citizens Auxiliary Police. Put your hands in the air. You're impeding an investigation right now, sir. I'm gonna have to give you a ticket, right?
Why does it say you're unemployed on the MDW? This is a job.
Put your hands up. This is Joel Coleslaw, Citizens Auxiliary Police. We're gonna detain progress. Pursuit. lady. Get out of the way. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. We gotta go, Brandon. We gotta go.
Once more clearly going to warn that if you are seen or caught again identifying yourself as a member of the police force, that includes a cop, detective, cadet, it will be an arrestable offence.